Hey, Taurus, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 career and money reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, right away as I was doing your intro, I was getting breathe, slow down, and allow the opportunities to come to you. And it's interesting that that message came up because you actually have the turtle showing up. And this can be about slowing things down a bit. So I feel like the energy of November could feel quite chaotic. There could be a lot going on mentally, financially, physically for you, where there is an opportunity showing up, but sometimes when we're in a state of distraction or there's a lot going on externally, we don't always see the opportunity that shows up, or we're not ready for it. So there is a message here around breathe, stay present, and allow that to show up for you. Now you have the turtle here, the tower, the coins, leadership, and the cup card. Interesting. Now at the bottom of the deck, you have the skull. Some of you have gone through a rough patch, potentially since the last holiday, or maybe even since last December. Maybe 2024 for you has been a rough patch when it comes to your career or finances. For some of you, the last year has been about reinvention with the skull card at the bottom of the deck. This can be about reinventing your image, reinventing your career, your finances in some way. You may have even been low on cash and trying to rebuild your savings, or get back up to a place where you felt a sense of financial security. But I do see here with the coins and the cup, some of you are going to see extra money coming in by the end of the year. The ornaments card is my Sagittarian energy. This can be the Christmas ornaments here, but it feels like there will be something to celebrate. If you've been going through it, if there has been a loss or an ending in the last year for you, I feel like you're going to be celebrating, Taurus. Yeah, there's celebrations, mature investments. Some of you, extra money coming in, a raise, a promotion, possibly retirement. Yeah, the skull with the ornaments could be some of you are contemplating retiring, or you finally feel like you're back on track with your retirement goals. So I like this for you. Now, since we have the turtle, this can be about steady progress. This is about moving. You may even be moving for work, or you have moved to take a job elsewhere. But this is also about long-term growth, longevity here. Thinking about, again, your goals 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And you have the 10 of cups, as I say, 10 years from now. Now the 10th month could be significant. These readings do come out a bit early. They actually come out in October. So perhaps there is a new opportunity in October, and in November, you're getting thrown in the mix is kind of what I see here. Some of you are getting thrown in the mix, and it is important here for you to gain a sense of structure and confidence. And this came up in Aries reading as well. Organized chaos was a theme that kept popping up there. So some of you may have Aries in your chart, or it could be that we have North and South Node in Aries and Libra, and this is a time where we're going to see some big shifts politically, globally, economically. I'm just getting all your cards out here in the Celtic Cross. Now, I do see here, money has been, it almost feels like a slow drip on a faucet. Drip, drip, drip. And it feels like you can't quite turn that faucet on full blast, but you can't, you don't want to shut it off entirely because you don't want the pipes to freeze up, right? There's something here about a slow drip. And I feel like the floodgates come in. Something happens here. If it hasn't already, there's a big change. And I see the Death card in the past position. So you may have already gone through an ending. As I mentioned, this could be over the course of 2024, or maybe this is what's shifting in October, the 10th month. But I feel like you're getting thrown into something, but you're actually going to manage quite well. Wow, look at that. The Tower. There's that Aries energy that we talk about. And you have the Tower showing up in two different decks. You have it in this deck, which is about earning power. This is building a business, making sound decisions, corporate jobs, power. Some of you, you are making a choice that's going to allow you to be more successful and more stable. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I actually feel like this Tower is something good. You have the World. Big major arcanas, Death, Temperance, Tower, and the World, Taurus. Whatever is happening here, it could be affecting all of us worldwide, globally. But I see you in a good position with the Star. You're going to be in a good position. It's almost as if the world is going to need your skills, your talents, or your company is going to need you in some way. You have the Seven of Pentacles showing up in your hopes and fears. And let's get an outcome, please. Outcome. Okay. Whew, it's going to be a big month. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands, choices, decisions. Now, since we have the Tower, this can be about merging, right? And it's interesting as well because for these career readings, I actually merged two money oracle decks together. I'm not sure if you've seen that here. So we could see big mergers taking place. We may see companies taking over, larger financial establishments where you have your money stored or how you make your money. There could be some sort of collaborations that are taking place. You may also see someone leaving the company. You could be seeing someone leaving or exiting with the Death card. And I feel like that puts you in a favorable position. Maybe you take over their job, perhaps by someone leaving, it allows you to grow and expand in different ways than you would have having them there. But I feel like the Tower is going to bring in a big change here for you. But I see decisions all over the place. This is about making a decision regarding a new opportunity coming in for you. And like I said in the very beginning, the message was breathe, slow it down a bit, stay present, and be open to new opportunities. And how interesting that we actually have the Four of Cups as your starting card. It's in reverse though, which is good. Four of Cups in reverse is where we'd rather be because this is about a turning point. When we are feeling the Four of Cups in the upright, you see that she's looking down and she's feeling a tad bit frustrated or impatient or even stagnated or uninspired, but she's being protected here. The umbrella represents protection and it's showing up in reverse, which means, yes, it may feel stormy, but there's an opportunity that's coming out of this. Again, organized chaos, a restructuring, if you will. And that's what the Tower brings in, Taurus. So, wow, this is going to be a big month for you. But I feel like there's competition, but it feels like your skills, your talents, what you have to offer. Yes, you may be jumping through some hoops in a sense, but because I see the healing card here, the Star, it feels like you have a brighter future. You're above the competition in a sense. Now you have the Coins card. This can be about money coming in, wealth, good investments. You may have a career, Taurus, in sales or finances, accounting. This could be selling your goods and services, building up a business, entrepreneurship. You may be getting a raise or a promotion, or it just feels like through some sort of chaos here, a lucky twist of fate comes in. And I believe that we create our own luck. That lucky twist of fate is because you have put yourself in a position to grow and to expand and to be open to possibilities and opportunities. And yes, it felt like you may have been a little bit bored. I'm getting not impressed. Okay, some of you were not impressed with how something was being handled, and it may have left you feeling a little bit frustrated or impatient. But that's why the death card is showing up. You could be even exiting this situation where you're not impressed, and you may be putting yourself out there, and that could be the opportunities. And you may see that by December, okay, even though this is a November reading, I see this as my December energy. There could be that new opportunity that shows up for you by the end of the year, and you actually make more money, or this could be a place that respects you. It feels like there's more chaos, let's hope not, more organized, again, organized chaos. You're getting thrown into something here, but I feel like you're getting thrown into it because you have the skills, you have what they need to kind of bring some restructure to the mix here. And that may be why you have the Tower in the future position. Now, you also have leadership here. Yeah, you have the talent, you have the authority or the say. This is about you stepping into your role as a leader. You're ready. Taurus, you are ready. Your career will improve once you accept and step into your power. It's going to feel a bit scary. It may feel a bit challenging as you open yourself up to these new ideas or new ways of merging or implementing or integrating skills and talents with others. But I feel like you have what you need. You have everything you need here. And try not to follow the crowd. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to take a risk here, a calculated risk. And I do see that here with the Temperance. It's almost as if the time is now. You have been holding off patiently, or as patient as you can possibly be in this situation. But your outcome is the Cup. Your outcome is overflowing prosperity. Remember what I said about your account over the last year? Perhaps you felt like you had to dip into savings, or it feels like there was more maybe going out than coming in. I feel like this is about you taking care of what needs to be taken care of and feeling more fulfillment instead of not being impressed with current situations. I feel like the Cup is a good thing here. All right, let's dive into the tarot. Four of Cups reverse. This is a turning point. If you've been feeling stagnant, if you've been feeling unimpressed or uninspired in some way, the Four of Cups shows up here saying, okay, yes, there's been some past energies. There's been a feeling of staying in your own bubble. It almost feels like things have been going on around you and you've been the eye of the tornado here. And it feels like you may have even hung on or stayed in this position, even though you weren't impressed with it, because you were waiting to get something else, right? You were waiting for another opportunity to line up. But in the meantime, it feels like things over here were getting more disheveled or more difficult. Some of you may have already walked away or left this position, or it could be that someone in the company has left and you had to carry some of the weight. You had to carry some of the burdens, and it just feels like, what's the point here? But it's in reverse, turning point. And I feel with the 10 of Cups crossing this energy here, this is about you reflecting on your career. It is about you feeling more emotional fulfillment and you questioning and saying, what do I need to do to feel more joy and pleasure in my work? What do I need to do to feel like I am being heard, valued, and appreciated? Where do I need to go? For some of you, this is a move with the turtle. Where do I need to go to feel like I'm part of a tribe, to feel like I'm part of this, group energy, and to be able to help out maybe your family? Some of you, you may be staying because of family, right? Because you can't just up and leave. But for others of you, I feel like you have, or you will. With the Death card, it feels like, well, some of you, take this as it resonates, there could have been a personal issue, a loss in the family, a divorce, or something that you've gone through that really took a little bit of a hit to your financial matters. And I feel like it's taken a bit of time for you to recover financially and emotionally. But I actually see with the star here, this is saying there's a brighter future. So there is a big turning point here happening. You're in the midst of it. So trust in this organized chaos, if you will. Trust that the Tower here is earning power. Whatever is happening for you right now is in your highest good. There may be a big decision made around a corporate job. Some of you, you are the one making a choice here with the leadership. If you are waiting to hear back from a boss or from a leader or someone in charge, I feel like you're going to receive again an opportunity, because that was the first message that came in for you. But we have to slow down. We have to just breathe and trust, because when we feel like we're in this bubble, and you see that she's protected there with the umbrella, when we feel like we're a bit hopeless, or we feel like there's not a lot of opportunities, that can really be a hit to our confidence. But I feel like things are shifting here for you. And I also feel like it's important to rely on support, rely on help, and avoid drama if you can. I know that's not always possible, but you don't have to step in it. You can be that eye of the tornado where you're calm, and even though there's other things going on around you. This could also be what you do for work. Some of you could work with families, or you could work in a very hectic energy, chaotic energy. Some of you may even be lifesavers. Oh, okay. Wow. Lifesaver, not the candy. But you may be, a medic or a police officer or, a nurse. I feel like you could be someone who really helps others, counseling, therapy, spirituality as well. I mean, you being able to help shift the energy is going to be profound here, Taurus. Now, what's below you? You have the Eight of Cups. I do see a lot of exits happening here in your reading. You moving on to more fulfillment. What does the Eight of Cups move on from? They have to cut ties, first of all, maybe from a career path or a situation that they've been in for quite some time. Or this could be a job that you were emotionally connected to, but it doesn't fulfill you any longer. Therefore, you needed to move on from it and find your partnership elsewhere, because you can see that in this card, everything is partnered here. The butterflies, the dragonflies, the swans, and the ladybug here is moving on because she feels like she's not part of this affiliation, this group, or this organization any longer. It doesn't fulfill her emotionally. And when the Eight of Cups shows up, this is about your personal growth, your own independence, and the quest for something more meaningful, more financially lucrative, but it is a new path ahead. And I feel for some of you, because you had been in that energy, you may finally see the manifestation of this ending full force. So you can move towards something that feels more aligned with your soul. The Death card here is Scorpio energy. Okay, this is Scorpio season in November, end of October. And I feel like you are transitioning here. Okay, this is a liberation. This is a change. This is a feeling of, I'm getting not just transformation, but it just feels like you're finally up out of an energy that had felt very, the Four of Cups, very just stagnant. Or you were in something for so long, and you may be feeling all the feels. Scorpio is a water sign, and I feel like there are a lot of feelings taking place here, but I do see here with this Death card, this is change for the better. Try not to resist or hold yourself back, or let this new energy distract you in a way that kind of holds you back, right? You're meant to shine. You're meant to move forward. You've been in this for quite some time is what I feel here with the Temperance. This is also that energy of slow down, breathe, stay present, because the Temperance is about finding balance. It is about giving yourself that extra burst of tender love and care, self-control, moderation. And even though things may feel out of control around you, you have everything you need to keep the balance here. That's why you have Temperance. I mean, major arcanas left and right. It does feel like organized chaos or eye of the tornado. There could be something going on externally or in the world, or it feels like a part of you wants to hang on to an old belief or an old structure with the Tower, try not to resist. I am getting a bit of resistance here in your reading. There are new beginnings that are shaking your world up. This is a massive awakening, a massive new beginning. And this can bring about some big sudden changes for you. And it may seem a little scary, especially if you've been, stagnant for so long, and then boom, you have 3 offers, or, there is a merging of companies and you're questioning, is my job still going to be secure? Or, this person is leaving, that person is leaving. These were my helpers. So there could be a lot going on externally, but you're protected through this. Remember, Taurus, you have the umbrella. You are protected. Umbrella, I'm getting like umbrella policy as well. Some of you are insured. There's something about being insured. You may receive some sort of insurance claim, okay, as well. Now, showing up, you are ready to close out a cycle. I feel like you're ready to complete this journey. This is graduation in a sense. Okay, this is again another card around a new beginning. I mean, the Tower, new beginnings, death, new beginnings. We have the World, new beginning. So whatever's going on for you in the month of November is actually projecting you. It's the catalyst towards your gratification, because something has been delayed here, and you are reminded at this time that the world is your oyster. This is enlightenment. This is victory. This is freedom. For some of you, it could be travel. You may be traveling in the month of November, or you could be working globally, internationally. You may be reaching people through the masses. There definitely could be a cycle that is closing out for you, and you're graduating to the next level of your life, your career, your finances. This can be the card of retirement. Or you may be taking a look at what's going on around the world and how can I find more stability? How can I find maybe multiple sources of income to sustain my long-term goals? You're looking at things from a big picture. I'm getting big picture thinking for you, Taurus. And the sky is the limit. I really see that with your leadership skills. You stepping into this role. And I feel like you have accepted. There is this energy of acceptance, or maybe you accept a role. Yeah, you accept a position. Some of you, there could be a tad bit of fear around if you have what it takes to be in some sort of role, because it could be quite intense. It could feel quite demanding of your time, your energy, but I feel like you have what it takes here, and you'll find a new routine, a new structure that works with you and works with your family dynamics as well, with that 10 of Cups. Now, in the environment, we do have the Star. The Star is a wish being granted. It can be your dreams. It's healing. It is a brighter future ahead. And for some of you, you may have even questioned if this energy was possible, or if you'd ever get to this dream. And you're seeing the reason why something is happening the way it is. The reason why there's a lot of endings and new beginnings is to get you one step closer. And this is what you truly have wanted. So trust the process here, Taurus, because we can get caught up in the cycle of what ifs, or the cycle of change, where we don't want things to change because it feels scary and we're not quite sure if what's on the other side is going to bring us closer to our dreams or not. Therefore, we resist, we hang on. And this is saying, wait a second here. This is part of your soul's path. It's part of what you've been manifesting and working so hard for. This is a brighter future ahead. Can you allow yourself to trust it? Because this opportunity is being presented to you. I feel like you've already done the work. Now it's receiving it, allowing this to come your way. The Star, healing, protection. The stars aligning to really bring forth this opportunity. Now, what's in the hopes and fears position, Taurus? The 7 of Pentacles. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is Do I continue putting all my eggs in this one basket? Is this going to be lucrative? Is this going to pay off? Or do I need to pivot a bit? And I feel for some of you, you have been reevaluating. You've really been looking at things and wanting them to grow. You've been reflecting. This is assessing your investments. And if you are not receiving anything in return where you are at, if it doesn't feel fulfilling, that's why this change has occurred here. And it may be, the fear may be, well, if I do pivot, am I going to be in a better position, or am I going to regret, right? Am I going to have some regrets here? And that may be why you have the Four of Cups, because I feel like there has been choices that have been made in the past that maybe you have regretted, or it feels like they didn't get you on the path that you truly wanted to go. But in all reality here, I feel like you learned some valuable lessons, and you learned a lot about yourself along the way and other people. And I feel like that was a pivotal part of your journey. And so whatever is happening here for you now, it almost feels like you're getting closer to the dream, the Seven of Pentacles, your hard work paying off, the fruits of your labor. She's sitting in that apple tree. And it feels like it is harvest time, right? It's harvest time. Something is ripe for the picking. And I feel like it's now. And I'm also getting the lily, which I love lilies. I see the red lilies in this apple tree. How interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. You see the red lilies there? Right here on the death card, she's holding a big old lily right there. And so it feels like you may have to let go of some idea, some position, some thought form that tells you, that says you can't have the fruits of your labor, or it says that you won't achieve a goal. Whatever that thought is, or whatever's holding you back from that, that is being transformed. That is being shifted here with the lily. Maybe the lily is significant. That could be someone's name. Maybe you have a bouquet of lilies on your counter. Sometimes lilies people can be very sensitive to their scent, to their smells. So perhaps some of you have sensitivities when it comes to your surroundings, your environment, the people that you are working with. You're very sensitive to those energies. Now, the final outcome is the Five of Wands. Organized chaos, right? But I like the Five of Wands over the Five of Swords. It's not so much of a cutthroat energy as it is, okay, we're trying to create some sort of structure here. You see that there's players on this chessboard, and it feels like everyone is trying to make their move at the same time, but there's a sense of organization, a sense of patience, and a sense of, allowing someone to move, right? It's their turn, and then it's your turn. So it feels like there is going to be some moves being made, but in the game of chess, the players protect, right? The bishops, I think it's called. They protect the king and the queen. And I feel like there's protection here when it comes to some moves being made. And I feel like this does bring about an energy of competition, yes, but it also is about individual thinking, right? It's individual thinking. What can each of us bring to the table to make this better, instead of it being a push-all, or a group think where everybody is at the same task. Therefore, the task that needs to get done over here, it just feels like there's more structure needed, or there will be something you're thrown into. Time management could be significant here with this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can be avoiding conflict, right? It can be avoiding some drama. And if there is too many people involved, it may be that someone needs to step up, and maybe that someone is you. Maybe this is you saying, okay, what do we need to get some sort of structure here. You may even see that There's new systems put into place in your job. This could be a new schedule, new time management, new roles that are dedicated to individual people. And it feels like if there has been too much unorganization, yes, you're thrown into something here, but I feel like you're going to come out with a lot more skills than maybe you came in, okay? A lot more skills. The Five of Wands, it does feel like someone is stepping up to more leadership here, and this could be very beneficial, right? It could be very beneficial, but it's important for you to give constructive criticism, receive constructive criticism as well. How can you make this dynamic better? And maybe that's what's needed in the workplace is, how can we restructure things to work for all of our advantage? How can we all work together doing our separate roles instead of it being just this organized mess? All right, let's get a message from the wisdom of the oracle here. What do we have for Taurus? Whoa. Okay, that one just flew out. Deep knowing. And the reason why some of you may be leaving this old energy behind is because you do want to be a part of a company or organization, or if you are an entrepreneur, you may be leaving behind old ways of doing things that don't help you, right? It doesn't help you. So if you're a business owner, you could be bringing some new people on, some new assistants or new help to make some moves where you don't feel like you're doing everything yourself. And if you're in the same goes if you're in the corporate world, it feels like there could be people leaving, people, coming on board. And it feels like there is a lot of musical chairs. Some of you, it feels like there's musical chairs going on, but it's almost like when the music stops, instead of it feeling disheveled where someone gets left out, you're going to see that the right people are going to be sitting in the right seat. And I feel like you have a seat at the head of the table in some way. All right, your card is 43. Some of you may be 43 years old. That number may be significant. You may be in a 7 life path number or 7 personal year. This is all about intuition, Taurus. It's about listening to the oracle within and also hypersensitivity. And we talked about that Lily energy. And this can also be Lilith. You may want to look into Lilith, see where that is at in your astrological chart. But I do feel like you are very, very sensitive to what's going on around you. And the prosperity message is this. This is a time when your hunches will pay off in large dividends. If you listen to them, if you take the risk and act. Within you, there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends even the smallest thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective. The energies of all thinkers and all creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success is available for you to tune into. This is an act of listening intently past the busy mind. Your genius awaits. Remember that message from the very beginning that I've said now 5 times? Breathe, slow down, and allow these opportunities to present itself. And this is allowing that opportunity to present itself by, allowing yourself to push past the busyness, the chaos, the tower. And so a lot of times this tower can be internal. Yes, it can be external things that change, but a lot of times this is internal, an internal belief system that helps you destroy some old structures that may be blocking you from living out your dreams. This is a new beginning for you. This is a surprise. So some of you, this could even come in the form of an intuitive hit. Now it says that you are on empathy overload. Some of you, because you have a lot going on family-wise, the 10 of Cups is crossing your path. This could be family. This could be trying to be all things to all people. And you are on empathy overload. It says get grounded. So you may need to tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath, empty your mind, and get back to you. Try not to be so open, right? Or I should say, avoiding needing to stay out of other people's stuff. Not your monkeys, not your circus. You don't have to tend to that, especially if you're already in psychic exhaustion, right? It says soon enough, you'll be able to let that guard down. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you, or anything in your life that exhausts you. Won't that feel good? I feel like it absolutely will for you. Yeah, you have this deep knowing within. I see that with this 8 of Cups in your foundation. Taurus, you've always known your entire life when you're not feeling connected anymore, when you don't feel like you belong anymore, or it's time for a new path. If you go back to the times in your life, the times in your career, or any area of your life when you're ready, you've been ready for a new beginning, see what's led up to that and see how you felt and see how things have turned out. You've always had this deep knowing, and it's not something that's not coming back to you this time around, because if anything, this tool, this intuitive tool that you have, has strengthened over time. So trust in this ability. All right, let's get a few messages from your animal spirit guides. And at this time, if you can safely do so, Taurus, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale from the bottom of your belly. Hold it as long as you can. And release with a nice, great sigh through your mouth. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky, or maybe swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that you have currently at your home. Or maybe this animal has recently crossed your path in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Taurus. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video to be entered, and hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss that notification on the first of the month. All right, so you have one of my personal favorites, and this is actually your outcome energy. You have the Rhino. It's card 5-0, and you have the 5 of Wands showing up, and it says, overcome any obstacles. And you do remind me, Taurus, of the rhino, right? You have this beautiful horn, right? Let's think of it as, a rhinocorn, right? Rhinocorn. You're going to be a rhinocorn. You're going to be unique in your own way. But you see on this horn, he's wearing his crown, his or her. And I feel like you will overcome any obstacle here because you are unique. You are individual within your own uniqueness. You have skills, you have talents, you have the ability here to push through some of the chaos, push through some of these obstacles. And I feel like you're going to heal, you're going to move on, and you're going to come out on the other side strengthened. Okay, strengthened is what I'm getting here. Overcoming obstacles. You have the koi fish. Some of you may be 50, 36, 67, or born on the 20th. Koi fish says there's always enough. Now, koi fish represent longevity. They represent prosperity. Sometimes you've heard of throwing the penny into the pond. A lot of times that's where the koi fish are. And I feel like it's time that your wishes start to manifest here. It's like you've thrown your penny into the waters a long time ago, and I feel like that wish is starting to manifest for you. There's always enough. If that has been a limiting belief of yours that there's not enough, or if you've been living in a scarcity mindset, work on that. Okay, work on that. We have dolphin spirit. This is why, because this is true for you and that's true for you. Whatever you believe is part of how you create your luck, right? It's how you create your luck. And I feel like this is also a second chance. It's card 20, judgment. This is a second chance for you to really say, okay, where does my happiness lie? And what do I need to do to feel more fulfilled? And you have a second chance to go towards a new beginning with more wisdom and knowledge. You have the wolf spirit here. Rhino, koi fish, dolphin, and wolf. Now, dolphin also says, stop taking life so seriously, right? Even though, yes, there are matters that we do need a level of seriousness at times, but sometimes things are just so much that, I mean, you just laugh. Have you ever been in a situation where you just have to laugh because it feels so darn ridiculous that you're just like, how or what is happening here? And you just laugh. Try not to take things so seriously. Find more things in your life that bring a smile to your face. Go see some comedy. Watch a funny animal video. Do what you need to do to bring more laughter, joy, and play into your life. And lastly, Wolf says, turn that knowledge into wisdom. You are emotionally intelligent. You are someone who is very wise. You've lived many lifetimes on this earth here, Taurus. And I feel like this time around, some of you have crammed 3 lifetimes into one. For those of you that have been like, yep, Mel, I've definitely done a lot in this lifetime. It feels like I've had 3 lives in one. I feel like it's probably because for some of you, it could be your last life. And that's by choice, right? But you're turning what you've learned into wisdom. And I feel like you're making wise decisions regarding your financial future. Yeah, you are making wise decisions regarding your financial future. Last but not least, let's get a final message for Taurus. Rise. Rise to the occasion. Rise into your power. It says, a seed needs the dirt to push against, to grow to its fullest potential. Walk through this moment you are in. Trust that this situation is supporting your growth for the highest good. A seed needs the dirt to push against. Okay, so remember that. If you feel like you are being pushed against something, it is actually a part of your growth and it's part of your highest good. It's part of you reaching your fullest potential. And I see this being a very, very powerful time of your life, not just in finances, but in abundance in general here for you. You're going to rise to the occasion. Some of you, yes, you've been cut by some thorns with the rose, but I don't see any of the thorns here. It almost feels like the thorns have been buried. Something of the past that's been heavy on you has been buried. And now what awaits is that sweet success of the rose. You finally reached this point. I'm so proud of you, Taurus. Be open to the opportunities and possibilities. Remember, you hold the world in your hand. Try not to limit yourself. Reach for the stars. That is what I have for you. November 2024, big month. But I feel like this isn't just November, it's December as well. Of course, we're going to do a December reading, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because you do have the ornaments. I just want to let you know that if there are some struggles, if there are some endings, if you're going through a rough patch now, what you're really doing is reinventing yourself. And I feel like there are big celebrations coming in for you by the end of the year, where 2025 is starting off on a really high note for you. Trust in the process. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in. I hope this was helpful, beautiful souls. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and hopefully helps you out as well. I'm sending you lots of love.